So, section 6.6 is fairly easy. Okay guys, quiet please. Your homework for tonight is a worksheet on section 6.6. 2 of those problems will also be on your homework quiz on Friday. So if there are some questions that you have on Friday, make sure you are asking them before we take the homework quiz. Alright, so the first theorem that you guys should have jotted down is the triangle proportionality theorem, which says if a line is parallel to one side of a triangle and intersects the other two sides, then it divides those sides proportionally. So, do I have a line parallel to a third side in this diagram? Yes? Okay. So then what happens is it intersects proportionally. So do you see how, let's get 2 different colors here, the top of that parallel line I'm going to mark as green, and then the bottom and in between the 2 parallel lines I'm going to mark as orange. Those sections are proportional. Okay, so what I would like you to do is somewhere in your margin put a big star, and the theme of today's lesson is write it as you see it. So that's all you're going to be doing. So, do you see a proportion of x or green over orange? Yeah, I could do x over 16 because isn't x kind of literally over the length of 16? And what would you put 5 over? 5 over 10. Good. Can we cross multiply and solve that? Hopefully. That gets me 10x is equal to 80, so x is equal to 8. Write it as you see it. Now we can flip it. If we go to the next example, oops, I need to bring that back. Is everybody okay? If we go to the next example, what if they give you all the sides? Can I determine whether this line is parallel to JN? Is it true? What would you put 8 over? 5. Is 8 over 5 equal to 12 over 7.5? I don't know. I have a calculator who can tell me. 8 divided by 5 is 1.6. 12 divided by 7.5 is 1.6. So are they proportional?
Yes.
So is it parallel? Yes. It's parallel. Okay? So now we're going to go to, instead of just a triangle, we're going to 3 parallel lines. So if we have 3 parallel lines, and you don't have to put this in your notes unless you want to. If you have 3 parallel lines being intersected by 2 transversals, guys, I need you to pay attention because I'm going to do this fast. 3 parallel lines cut by 2 transversals creates 4 segments. The top segments would be there in orange, and then the bottom 2 I have down here in green. Do you see the ratios that you could create? Orange over green is equal to orange over green. Yeah? So again, we're just writing it as you see it. So in this example, let's solve for x first. What would you put in a ratio with x? So take away this top half. You would do what? How do you see it? 15 over x equals, sure, equals 26 over 30 would work. Okay. So that gets us 26x is equal to 15 times 30 is 450, divided by 26 is approximately 17.3. How would you get your y? So give me one fraction.
5 over 15 equals y over 26.
Good. So that gets me 15y equals 26 times 16.5, which is 429, divided by 15. Y is equal to 28.6. Write it as you see it. Don't make it any more complicated than that. Okay? And then the last theorem talks about an angle bisector inside a triangle. So if a ray bisects an angle of a triangle, then it divides the opposite side into two segments that are proportional to the other two sides of the triangle. Okay? I'll flip back to that for those who need this one yet. So let's do the example. So here I have an angle bisector. So let's find our segments. Here I have the two sides of the triangle. And what this theorem says is that the angle bisector divides that side proportionally with the other two sides. So how do you see it? Do you see it orange over orange equals green over green? Or do you see it as orange over green equals orange over green? Either one works. Me personally, 6 kind of looks like it's over x. So I do 6 over x and equal it to 5 over 8. But it would not be incorrect to do 6 over 5 equals x over 8. So cross multiplying that gets us 5x equals 48 divided by 5 is 9.6. Write it as you see it. Don't make it any more complicated.